The title of my thesis is Lex Loquendi, Lex Orandi, Catherine Pickstock, Thomas Aquinas, on the reform of the Roman offertory.
On the traditional definition of truth between Martin Heidegger and Thomas Aquinas.
Philosophy of light in Suhrawardi and Dionysus.
Taking time with the sad young man in Mark.
And in it, I examine Heidegger's own criticisms of the definition of truth as had prevailed in Western philosophy beginning in Aristotle. That is, the adequation of intellect and thing.
I intended this to be a development of Catherine Pickstock's book After Writing, which has a very long and complex argument about how the text of the traditional Roman Rite expresses a philosophy and theology that runs counter to excesses of modernity.
It is a comparative study of the role of the philosophical notion of light in the philosophical structures of the Muslim philosopher Suhrawardi and the Christian Neoplatonist philosopher Dionysius the Areopagite.
I more or less had the idea before I came to DSPT. Liturgy has always been an interest to me, and really interest in liturgy as a young kid and as a teenager really started me on the path of philosophy and theology.
I chose the topic for my thesis in part due to my classes, which in many ways focused upon the subject matter of truth as it pertains to metaphysical questions as well as epistemological ones.
And I'd say this is what really motivated me to write this, is to attempt to show not only how philosophy can be in the service of theology, but how philosophy is the almost pragmatic tool used to achieve the highest states of mystical experience, mystical knowing.
The work of doing a thesis at DSPT, whether it be 80 pages or 120, is the perfect way to develop one's thought with rigor and clarity on topics that one has been focused on in classes to a smaller degree.
In a way, it's a test to see if you have the technical ability to handle such an undertaking, but on a deeper level, it's a test of the spirit and of the intellect.
This is not about getting information data point to your thesis. It's about forming a live dialogue with seasoned scholars so we can sharpen our intellect.
The writing of my thesis would have been impossible without the resources that the Dominican school provides its students with, from the array of faculty members to its membership in the Graduate Theological Union, the collaboration of different faith traditions, the availability of the libraries and all the professors that are there to help you.
My advisor really helped me. He helped me develop my thesis proposal, as well as gave me some kind of guidelines for what kind of academic scholarship I should use in my own research, as well as giving me, chapter by chapter, his own edits and critiques as I went by in my writing process.
Just with the professors here having gone through several rounds of thesis defenses, they kind of know what to expect better than students really do. So working closely with the coordinator is critical in producing a product that can move forward to the defense.
Working on a thesis at DSPT has really allowed me to develop my own skills in integrative thinking, intellectual humility, and self-directedness, especially since, for example, with intellectual humility, you're surrounded by these great intellects, such in your professors and maybe some of your peers even, who assist you in the birthing of your own knowledge.
It's a very humbling experience, for sure. It's a very empowering experience as well.
One thing I want to comment about DSPT is it is a very rigorous place. Students and faculty members are scholars or scholar to be. So we have academic kind of atmosphere. But what also is noted is there's lack of cutthroatness. I mean, there is a very wonderful absence of the sense of jostling each other in the totem pole. So I think that atmosphere, which is very helpful, I think is a wonderful thing for me particularly, is the sense that I can get help. People help each other, are very ready to offer any kind of assistance for us to get at resources, share idea. I think that's one advantage. I want not to underestimate DSPT, even though we are small and we are less known than others. It's rigorous, but very mutually helpful to each other.
Next, I'm going to pursue my will to power.